Hi everybody, this is the second screencast in a three-part series about buying a house with a mortgage. This is Mrs. Dunn, and what we're going to be doing in this screencast is talking about qualifying for a mortgage. I'm going to go through a specific example and show you how this is done using the tables and charts in the book. And then at the very end of this screencast, I'm going to show you this really cool app that's on your calculator. So I hope you stay and stick it out to the end because I think you'll really enjoy the app on your calculator, which will make your life so much easier. Okay, so specifically what we're going to do in this screencast is calculate a buyer's AMI. We're going to determine the maximum mortgage amount that would be approved by a bank. That's using the 28% rule. We're going to calculate what the actual monthly mortgage payment would be. And we're going to determine if a buyer would be approved for a loan based on this information. So first of all, this concept of AMI. AMI stands for Adjusted Monthly Income. And how that is calculated is it takes a buyer's gross monthly income and subtracts any monthly debts. And what we mean by monthly debts is if you have more than 10 payments remaining on a car loan, on a student loan, on another mortgage, those are counted against your monthly income. So it takes your monthly income and subtracts all of your debts. So let's look at a specific example. The Parkers have a combined income of $65,000. They have 2 years left on a loan of $450 per month and 8 years left on student loans of $250 a month. So the $450 is for a car loan, the $250 is for a student loan. Notice 2 years and 8 years far exceeds that 10 payments left minimum. So what we're going to do is we're going to calculate their AMI, their adjusted monthly income, and after we get that, we'll determine the maximum mortgage payment that the bank thinks that they can afford. So to calculate the AMI, you have to take their gross monthly income and subtract their debts. Well, their gross monthly income, to find that, we're going to have to take their yearly income and divide that by 12. So their monthly income is roughly $5,417. Now we're going to have to subtract those debts. And the debts are $450 and $250. So we'll subtract those from the total, and now they have an adjusted monthly income of $4,717. Okay, so how much does the bank think they can afford? To calculate that, you find 28% of their AMI. Remember, their AMI is $4,717. So 28% of that is $1,321. That's what the bank thinks that they can afford. If the mortgage amount exceeds this, they will not be approved. If it's lower than this figure, then they will be. Okay, example 2. So now let's look at the house the Parkers want to buy. So the Parkers want a 30-year, $223,200 mortgage. The interest rate they are looking at is 4.5%. The taxes on the house are about $180 a month. And the homeowner's insurance is about $120 per month. What we're going to do is first calculate the Parkers' mortgage payment in principal and interest. Then we're going to calculate the Parkers' mortgage payment, including taxes and insurance. And then we're going to decide if they'll be approved for the mortgage. So first we have to calculate the Parkers' mortgage payment in principal and interest. To do that, you're going to use this chart. Okay, so now the Parkers are looking at a 4.5% 30-year mortgage. So I'm looking at that in the table. The rate is 4.5%. The time is 30 years. So we're looking at this figure, 5.06685. They have to pay this amount for every $1,000 that they borrow and that's how much they're paying per month. So how many thousands are they borrowing? They are borrowing $223,200. I'll divide that by 1,000. So that figure is 223.2. I'm going to multiply 223.2 by the number we found in the chart, 5.06685, and the amount of their mortgage payment that is going towards principal and interest is $1,130.92. Okay, now, when you are paying your mortgage, this is the amount that's going to the bank. A lot of times you have money that you're also paying for the taxes and for the insurance. Now the taxes, sometimes you pay that with your mortgage payment and it goes into an escrow account and the bank will pay your taxes, but you're actually paying for those taxes every month. So to figure out if you're going to be approved for this mortgage, the bank is going to add taxes and insurance to this figure. So that's what we're going to do in the next question. We're going to calculate what their actual mortgage payment is by adding in the taxes and the insurance. Well, the taxes are $180. The insurance is $120. When I add that all together, their monthly mortgage payment is going to be $1,430.92. Remember, the bank is going to approve them if 28% of their AMI is more than that mortgage payment. But 28% of 4,717 is 1,321. And since 28% of their AMI is less than the mortgage payment, the Parkers will not be approved. Okay. I'd like to show you now this really cool feature on your calculator that might make these processes a little bit easier to find out what their mortgage amount will be. Now, this is their mortgage payment just in principal and interest only. So to do that, we're going to use an app on our graphing calculator. So if you click on this apps button, that pulls up this finance menu. And we're going to just press enter because we want the finance applications. And we want the first one, TVM Solver. TVM Solver stands for Time Value Money. And that brings you to this screen. I have those recorded here if you want to take notes. So first we go to Applications, pick Finance, pick TVM Solver, and it brings up this menu. Now I want to define all of these values that you see on here, and I have them written here. So let's go through this example so that you understand how to use the app. So N, this N is a big N. It stands for the number of compounding periods per year times the number of years. So if you are buying a mortgage, or if you are buying a house and with a mortgage, you're going to be making monthly payments. So we're going to multiply 12, those monthly payments, times the number of years you're going to be paying for that. So that's 12 times 30. When I go to the next line, 12 times 30 is going to be populated. It's going to actually do the calculations. You get 360. Side note, I can't delete a figure like I deleted this 0. The calculator will not allow you to move away unless there's something there. So just be careful with that. Something has to be in every spot. Okay, so I percent stands for the interest rate. In this problem, the interest rate is 4.5%. Now this is different than what you do in the formulas that are provided in the textbook because we're not changing this to a decimal. Notice we just put 4.5. Present value is the amount you are borrowing. So the amount, well in this case the Parkers are borrowing, is $223,200. we're going to be calculating the payment. So like I said before, just leave that as 0. We'll come back to that line. The future value of this money, the future value is 0 because you are paying this loan off. When you're done paying this loan off, you should owe nothing. So the future value should be 0. How many payments are you making per year? That's 12. And how often is it compounded? That is also 12. Usually, if you populate PY, CY gets populated automatically. They'll match. The calculator wants those to match. But that only will happen if you put PY in there first. Okay, we want to know what our payment is going to be. So toggle up until that cursor is blinking on top of payment. And then what you have to press is alpha and enter. It's not just enter, but alpha enter. And you'll notice we got the same payment amount, $1,130.92. Pretty cool, right? All right, good luck. Remember, I don't mind if you use this feature. You can use the table and the charts. That will work. But if you want to, you can use the app on your calculator. I really like this app because it's really easy to use and it can quickly get the answer for you. Okay, good luck, gang.